Well, good morning, everybody. Somehow I lost yesterday's video. I know I did it, and I just went to check on it, and I can't find it. Don't know why I'm having problem focusing here. Either that or just my eyes. Okay. Yeah, Mark 13, which we read yesterday, the video disappeared. So just going to do a redo here before doing today's video. Here we find Jesus talking about what it's going to be like in the end times, which started the day he rose from the dead. That was the beginning of the end times. A lot of us feel that we're in the end of the end times. But the end of the end times, well, if the beginning of the end times took 2,000 years. Yeah, anyway, one thing we do know is that we don't know when it's going to happen, when he's returning. But we get so caught up in this. There was a mistake that was made back in the 1940s, 50s, I guess, when everybody was expecting Jesus to return at that time, and people stopped enrolling in the higher education and pursuing things and getting married and having families and all that sort of stuff. Because what's the sense? Because Jesus is coming back. And we've missed an entire generation of creativity and where the Christians used to be in the forefront of a lot of things. Now we're not even there, and it's a sad thing. But when we look at this, we're not supposed to sit around waiting for his return. We're not looking for the great escape. We're supposed to be here pursuing his interests with great passion. That's the whole thing that we need to understand here. We pursue his interests with great passion, and he tells us that when he returns, he wants us to find us faithful in the tasks that have been given to us, not standing at the windows, looking out, waiting, or staring at the sky. When the disciples were standing around staring at the sky, the angel said, what are you guys doing? Come on, move on. Nothing to see here. We have the responsibility of not secluding ourselves from this world. We have the responsibility of being involved in every aspect of life in this world. The things that have been given to you to be passionate about, the things that interest you, that's been given to you, that's been knit into you. For some people, don't really understand it, but for some people it's politics. Other people it's music. For some people it's the caring for the widows and the orphans. We all have that responsibility, but there are those who carry that passion for that. There's doctors, there's lawyers, there's teachers, there's construction workers, people who like to work with their hands. I mean, that's I don't know why people would look down at that, because that's what Jesus did for a good part of his life, was working with his hands. It's fantastic to work with your hands. There's just something about the creativity, something about just being involved with the elements, especially those who work outdoors with plants and all that. Anyway, there's a zest, there's a joy to life that has been given to us, and we're supposed to infect people with that, because the kingdom of God is about righteousness, joy, peace, and joy. Righteousness, peace, and joy. Joy. We're not supposed to be sitting around waiting to die or be taken up into the sky. We are supposed to pursue a life of joy, which is infectious. Joyful people are infectious. And we're supposed to leak Jesus all over people. We're supposed to scatter seed everywhere we go. We're supposed to touch people, move people, not try to get by, not be afraid of being infected by sin, by associating with certain people. We can't be infected by sin, but we can infect people with Christ. That's what we're supposed to be doing. That's what we're supposed to be faithful with. Yeah. Don't let your eschatology mess you up. We've got, listen, what Jesus described, he was letting us know what the temperature of the world was going to be like before his return. But that wasn't giving us an excuse to create that temperature. We're the light. He told us we're the light. We're supposed to be making the difference. We're supposed to insert ourselves into these situations and bring hope and joy and peace to people because of Christ in us. So we have a lot of work to do. So don't warm a pew. Don't come to church and sit there and think you're doing your duty, because you're not. That's about relationship. That's about worship. Our duty is what we do in the world. In our workplace, in the marketplace, at home with our neighbors, all the time. We're on the job all the time. So let's make sure that we are found faithful to what we've been given to do as Jesus returns. Have a blessed day.